Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. So similar to how I've done in the past, I did not do the Infinite Gauntlet for one full day, which means I missed out on getting Stardust. But by doing that, I was able to drop a couple nodes. I was able to go from node 40 back to node 35, and now I can showcase the new monsters. So this way I think it's fair because, yes, I'm using the new monsters in Infinite Gauntlets, but by skipping out a whole day on Stardust, when I do this video and kind of dominate some nodes, it kind of makes up for it, if that makes sense. Alright, so primarily I want to showcase two monsters. I want to showcase the Dooo, and I want to showcase Nahane, and honestly, the other monsters that can hold relics that stamina drain are equally as good. But here's the thing about the Dooo. Between Tabora and the Dooo, Tabora is obviously the most dominant monster in the Infinite Gauntlet. She is absolutely the best monster. The Dooo, I would say, is not as good as Tabora for Infinite Gauntlet specifically. If we're talking PvP, I think the Dooo might be better because you're going to move from Megatons and go from there. And there might be situations in the Infinite Gauntlets where the Dooo is also better because there's a Megaton monster. Maybe you're battling the Shelly and you can remove Megaton from Shelly and then trade disable everyone. But essentially the mechanic you want to do, and you don't necessarily need a Megatons. Right now I have Shelly with all level 10 team speed, so that helps out at node 35 just because this monster has a 23k speed. But by being this fast, I am able to click fight, and I can start the game off with a trait disable, and we'll show doing trait disable, not doing trait disable, we'll showcase different things. But here I'm going to do Rainbow Road to get rid of that damage protection, and then here is the trait disable. Alright. Now here's the cool thing about holding the Pump Seed Staff, and the Charizard's Amulets. I don't need to go into my Mega Possession. Instead, what I'm going to do is go into the Dragon Breath, and then both relics kick in, which drain stamina, and then Curse would also drain stamina in case they had a little extra. So that's the super awesome combo you can do with this monster. Here, let's just go ahead and do that. So yeah, anytime a monster can hold a staff and an amulet, they could potentially become dominant monsters. You know, you could turn transfer into them and just stamina drain away. Here we'll apply a burn, and then the cool thing about this is you can follow up with another AoE skill, regular possession, or we can just go into the Mega Possession. Yes, you'll freeze your allies. If you have Megaton, Megaton will absorb it, but that's totally fine. Here, we'll do a Mega Possession, and there you go. Now they're cursed, potentially burning depending what ally you have. Once again, if you have Tabora, Tabora would actually be able to apply Quicksand. You could actually Atrophy to protect against negative effects. Like, you have a little more versatility with Tabora than with the Dooo, but I wanted to showcase the Dooo here as well. If I needed a cleanse, I could cleanse, so bye-bye freeze on my Megaton monster, and we go from there. Here's a Master Librarian, and then you still have the curse, you're still possessed, so here we can just recharge, and game. So, Nahane for the Infinite Gauntlet, maybe in the early nodes could be good, maybe in some of the later nodes, if you can plan accordingly, it could be good. The fact that you have access to Tabora, and she could die, and Revival Lessons, and then trade disable, or even the Dooo dies, and then trade disable, and Resurrection is pretty awesome. Here, let's see. We have a Lord Platypus, we have a Henrich, and we have a Dr. Watts. Alright, so we'll just try the exact same team. Or I'm trying to think, Lord Platypus. What is Lord Platypus? He has Anticipation. So yeah, we'll do the exact same team just to showcase it again. Alright, so Fire Rainbow, deal with Anticipation. This monster has Artifact trait. Looks like we can deal with that easily. And if I want to, I can go into the Mega Possession, but again, there's no need. So let me go with the dot damage. So here's the Curse. Here's my relics kicking in. And they are down to 0. And they are forced to recharge. I'll apply my little shield. I will burn. Who do I perceive to be the biggest threat? Maybe Lord Platypus. We'll apply a burn there. And then we can do the AoE Possession if you want to. Master Librarian. Let's just go with the Mega Possession, and they lose stamina again thanks to my amulet. They're back to 0, and even though they recharged, they are still possessed for one more turn. Not to mention, the Curse is going to take away a lot of stamina. Watch, we're just going to recharge away, and dead. Hopefully he survives so we can see Curse take away, I think it's at 40% of stamina right now. Let's recharge, and watch. Oh, he attacked himself, so good. He had enough stamina to attack, but he was still Mega Possessed, so he attacked himself. So, that's why I really like this monster for Infinite Gauntlet. And the cool thing is, this is a race monster, so hopefully players are able to get this monster, maybe rank up a little bit. Alright, the monster 24, 24, a little faster, 24, 3, 24, 6. Alright, so what do you have? Thunder Protection, Artifact, Stun. Alright, cool. So, let me try a different mechanic. Let's go with a... I hope I have the proper runes for this. Let's go with a... Alright, I know what to do. So, instead of this monster being so darn fast, why don't we give him some team speed? Alright, he doesn't need to be that fast, and instead we have a turn transfer monster, like a Lindworm, could be a Lupin, could be anyone, right? And this one I would potentially prefer Tabora, so let me see if I can make the play work. So, 19k, 27k, oh yeah, I'm super fast, I can turn transfer. Let's put in a... I think he starts the game off with giving negative effects to my team, so I don't want that. But it is what it is. So let's put in a... This might mess up my plan, but we'll see what happens. We'll put in Tabora. Tabora, where is Tabora? We'll put in Tabora here with some team speed. And Tabora is going to be rocking... I don't even know what Tabora needs for this specific one. Jastar's Mask, I don't think I'm going to need. Alright, so let's just... Well, we won't even put anything on Tabora. So 17, 18, 25. And we want Tabora to be faster than my monster. So, oh, I think I'm using Tabora in a breeding right now. So let's see what I can do. Maybe all team speed here. I'll be back. Alright, there. Tabora is officially faster. So 24, 6, 2, 7. Let me make sure. 24, 6... 3-1, so I need to give a team speed maybe to this monster. If I have another one, I gotta swap some stuff around. So the whole mechanic here, I'll borrow it from Shelly. The whole mechanic here is gonna be to turn transfer immediately into my monster, and then just stamina drain from there. So let's go ahead and give you team speed. Alright, put Lindworm back. Okay, so we're good. Alright, so Tabora 21, 25. Alright, so let's click fight. I hope the negative effect... Yeah, the only bad thing was, like, if there's a shock, I'm like, please don't give me a shock, and unfortunately the game gave me a shock. How annoying. But basically I wanted to turn transfer and then do the stamina drain, but this is just going to be a risky play now. Man, this is annoying. Can't believe, of all the things that could have happened, I can't believe that happened. We're going to... Team speed, what do you have? Oh my gosh, we're going to Age Overseer, and I think I'll survive an attack. Impactful Gift. Okay, at least I survived. Alright, so, basically, what was supposed to happen is I was supposed to turn transfer into this monster if it wasn't for a shock, and I feared it was going to be a shock. Yeah, I was going to turn transfer, I was going to do the stamina draining. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, so I'll just atrophy here. You don't have anything, so, gosh, maybe on the next one we'll be able to do it. So now I just got to survive this one. Let's go with a Dragon's Breath. Alright, my relics kick in, so at least Varu loses stamina. I can Sequence Bend, I can Arrow Traveler, let me see, I think I'll do Revert Events, get my Trade Disable skill back. Alright, they're all back. Alright, my favorite trick, Trade Disable, good. Turn Transfer, and we'll go ahead and do the Mega Possession skill. Alright, so again, that does freeze my team, so that is a drawback to it. But it's not a big deal because you are possessing them for 2 full turns. Look, attacked himself. Alright, we'll add in the Atrophy, and Age Overseer again. And they're as good as dead. Alright, recharge, dead, and then when Tiny goes, Tiny's gonna die. Alright, on this next one I should be able to do it because I don't think we're gonna get a random status caster monster to apply shock to me. Of all the different tortures it could have been, it had to be that. Alright, 22k, and 22, and 9,000. Alright, we're fine with that. So, ideally here, I would actually like, let's see, ideally here, I would like Tabora to go first. Let's see if we can get Tabora to go first. Start off with that Trade Disable. So you can always move relics around to fit the situation. I think we're going to have to give you a life because I don't want to be swapping too much. Alright, there we go. So I'm going to turn transfer after that. 23 and 21. No, maybe I might have to find that team speed. Alright, let's see. So swap this. Alright. And put that Lindworm back in there. Lindworm. Alright. And give him the team... Alright, let's hope I'm 22. Let's hope I'm second in the turn order. So 24k and 22.4. 22.5. Lord Platypus. Why? Why Lord Platypus? I think I can do this, though. Hold on, everyone. So, swapping relics to fit the situation. Or swapping runes. Alright, 23, 22. Because he has anticipation, so I want to remove his effect first more than anything. Alright, for the purpose of this video, I'll activate the Rune Guard. I'm sure it's going to be useful in a war later on today anyways. So let's go back to the dungeon and let's go ahead and do the Infinite Gauntlets. Alright, so now I should be able to do this. So yeah, remember, you're not going to have a 150 monster. You might not have the best runes and relics and everything. So you just kind of have to swap to fit the situation. So with that being said, now I can proceed with what I was doing normally, which is all speed Tabora. And remember, the Dooo, if you have the Dooo, you're going to be able to do a similar thing. The Dooo would actually be a little easier here in the fact that you can get rid of anticipation or get rid of evasion, whatever you want to. So 26k, 23k, and we're solid. So we're going to click fight, and this is a perfect. So my favorite trick, get rid of everything, turn transfer into your monster, and you go straight into the curse. make sure you're running your stamina draining relics, and they go down to 0, and they have the curse already. You can go into your mega possession. Heck, you can even go into your regular possession if you want to. We're just gonna do a regular possession. All right, amulet kicks in. We're gonna amber dust because we want to get dots in there. So they have the curse, they have everything. We're gonna revert events. Yeah. Oh, check this out. I can revert events onto Tabora. So even though they get that possession immunity, watch. Nope. My favorite trick. Ooh, that's a good combo right there. My favorite trick, recharge, and then you can do Dracona Sorcerer. You freeze your team, but they're mega frozen now, and they have a bunch of dots on them, so that's pretty solid. So yeah, this is a great combo right here. So Nahane is going to be a fantastic monster for a lot of you players. Maybe in the lower nodes could definitely help out. Past the 40, they really do get super fast, so unless you have a Megaton monster, unless you have something to protect you, you might run into trouble. There's that annoying Robo Elf again. Alright, we have 23, 23, and... Okay, so for this one here, I would probably bring a Shelly. I would bring anyone that can absorb that from the enemy. So let's do... let's see what we can play around with. I think I'll bring the Dooo to deal with Artifact. Let's see. So 15k, 27k. So I think we're going to go more speed on this monster. So the Megaton monster will absorb everything. Alright, there we go. So I have all speed on these monsters. So 23k speed, 23-1... 23-0, alright, 23-0, 23-1. I think Shelly's going to get another team speed, and then I'll be solid with my monsters. Now, again, I don't necessarily need the dude to go first. I don't need to necessarily trade disable. I just want to do it since he has artifacts, so I can actually deal with it, but I don't necessarily absolutely need it. If my monster went first and just did the curse skill and did the stamina drain, that would be totally fine. The Dooo or Tabora or anyone. You know what? Let me demonstrate it just so you guys don't think you absolutely need both of these monsters together. So we're going to run Tabora again instead of this monster. So here, we'll put Tabora back. And here, we'll give her a... I don't think she'll need the mask, but we'll go ahead and give it to her anyways. And we'll see what I can do with this. Alright, so 12, 24, 23. So yeah, assuming... Let's say you get this monster ranked up in the race and it's your fastest monster and you invest high level runes. Again, you could always swap runes to make the situation fit to your benefit. But for this specific situation, let's just say it's your fastest monster. You can't afford to swap runes or anything. So we're going to go with this setup. Let me also change skills. I might not want Cursed Stones. Instead, I want Rite of Passage. Alright, so I think we're solid. We're going to click Fights. So, I get turn 1 in, and this is where I go straight into Dragon's Breath, regardless of whether or not it can actually land on the monsters. Watch, Dragon's Breath. Oh, this monster means to torture. Oh, this monster's artifact. That's fine. Again, you just want the monster for the stamina drain. Then I can follow up with the trait disable. Alright, boom. So yeah, they're not cursed or anything, but that is totally fine. Here, I will go ahead and apply that. I can go into the Mega Possession, but that would be a waste right now. I can single target, but that would activate my relic. I can go into the regular possession. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna mega possess. So they're gonna be possessed for 1 extra turn. We'll get the amber dust in there. Awesome. Maybe I should have kept the curse skill actually, now that I think about it. Alright, so they're still possessed for another turn. Here, now we can just keep attacking them. Here is the AoE possession. I know it won't land, but we're going after damage. Here's a Rite of Passage. We're going after damage. Yeah, the curse skill actually would be a better play for this. And again, the more you play, the more you learn. Here is the curse. Boom. Alright, that's one monster down. Atrophy, I can get rid of all those negative effects on my monster, but I think it's good right now. Rite of Passage. Alright, so Aatrox, yeah. Well, the damage mirror helped me out there. Master Librarian. And here we will cleanse. What can I do? Barrier, Deep Rebirth, heals itself by 50. Yeah, let's go for a heal. Let's just attack. Master, recharge. I think I'm going to take a hit. My favorite trick, Amber Dust. We'll just do Rite of Passage for some damage. So, look, I learned something. If I'm going to do this team, I know that I should run the curse skill, because with this monster going first and the curse not landing, I can follow up with Tabora, do the curse instead. So yeah, it's the more you play, the more you learn with monsters, but I just wanted to showcase that this is a pretty good monster here. We'll Mega Possess again. Pretty good monster for the Infinite Gauntlet. Even though you freeze your team, the fact that you're getting the benefit of a Mega Possession and you can utilize relics that stamina drain, that is super useful. I almost exited out just thinking to PvP. And the cool thing is that even, it's not even the team race monster. It's not even the team race monster that can hold the relics. You also have access to, here, let me show you. You also have access to Vish right here. Vishamah can also hold the Pump Seed Staff and the Amulet. Now, the problem with this monster is looking at the skill set. You are going to have to run the Nature Weakness, Magic Weakness skill, and the World of Shadow skills, which might not be a bad thing. You also have access to the triple damage, so maybe there's a team comp in which you can make it work really well. Here, let's see. We'll put that in and we'll put that in. So Rebel and Blackfire, no, not Blackfire, Last Memories. No, which one is it? World of Shadows. So these are the two skills. You would have to go first in the turn order. So again, the later nodes, I should have demonstrated the sponsor first. The later nodes might be a lot harder to showcase. But the earlier nodes, you can definitely get away with it. Let's see. 24k speed. I'm thinking if I run a Megaton monster, that could be all I need. Let's try coming up with a team comp for this. I'm thinking if you just hide behind a Megaton monster and a strong attacker, you can probably deal some serious damage. So let's see whether or not we can actually pull something off. So this is if you don't have a monster to trade disable. This is somewhat a mechanic you could do. So I'm 25k speed right now. Okay, awesome. So let's say you have a really strong attacker. I'm looking through my monsters, seeing like who could players potentially have. A good one would be Daigao, right? Daigao can triple damage himself with his hater skill. I don't know if any of those are villain monsters. If any of those were villain monsters, they would get destroyed. They would get absolutely obliterated. I would set up the triple damage. He would set up his own hater skill, and he'd deal a serious blow. I'm trying to see, are any of those villain monsters? Let me take a look. I think Tabora Robo Elf might be. Well, what do you know? None of them are villains or evil. I forget if it's a villain hater or evil hater. I don't use them that much. But regardless, they are in neither of the books, so we are not going to use the monster. So just for the sake of showcasing the new ones, we'll go ahead and do Tessa. We'll do Tessa, and we will give Tessa a stamina, something that improves max stamina. I think this one, Or's Mask, will help out. And I think we're good, right? So 25, so as long as I'm fast, we're going to start off with the stamina drain, and then we'll do the triple damage. And we'll do an AoE skill, so we'll end with that. So gotta make sure you run the proper relic. So it's the Pump Seed Staff, and it is the Sherazar's Amulet for the full stamina drain. And you gotta make sure the enemy doesn't have a status cache that increases max stamina or something like that. So you gotta be watchful for that. The one thing I gotta make sure is that I have that strong AoE skill. Let me see. Multiple enemies, no, not burst. Okay, so back with Tessa here. We're gonna change. Let me see. What's my strongest skill? My strongest skill is this Sand Cyclone skill. Alright, so we're going to get triple damage and utilize that skill. So looking at turn order, yeah, everything looks solid. I put my AoE skills, so it looks like fight. So even this monster that normally you'd be like, well, he's not useful. Yes, he can be, just once again, because of the relics and because of the fact that you can apply these AoE skills that 100% stamina drain. Also, you get a nature weakness and a dark weakness, so maybe that could help you out depending what other monster you have on your team. So there's that. Sherazard Amulet, Pump Seed Staff, they're all at 0. They all have to recharge, and my monster gets to go and attack. So here, we are going to go, what do we do? Quicksand, extra turn, we have Bleed. So let's go after you. Here is the Bleed. Here is that skill. Here is the Bleed. Here is the Quicksand over here. What does this do? Ooh, that's powerful. Alright, we are gonna do Tempest over here. Let's assume normally you could land dots on him. Everyone would have dots, and then we're gonna recharge. On the next turn, if you needed to stamina drain, you can do World of Darkness, or if you had a chance to triple damage, you could triple damage your attacker. Right here it makes most sense to drain their stamina again, so we'll do Sherazard's Amulet again. This monster will just apply protection. Oh, it's blocked, that's fine. Alright, and then we will do Forbidden Spell on your attacker, and your attacker would end off with a strong, powerful AoE skill, and just wiping out the competition. So again, different combos you can utilize. Look, there was no main denier there other than the relics that helped me deny with the AoE skills. So again, I wanted to make this video to showcase how some of the new monsters could be used, especially on this Infinite Gauntlet. A lot easier on some of the earlier nodes, considering you're not going to have the monsters fully ranked up, max runes and everything. But hopefully this video helped you guys, give you some insight on what are the potential combos you can do in the Infinite Gauntlet. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.